Hi YouTube, how's it going? Can you see me? I am so excited for this video. Let me get down.
Ooh, child, arthritis. Take my little shoes off.
I am so excited for this video. I have been wanting this item for a very long time, and it has finally arrived all the way from another damn country, and I'm sure you can read in the title of this video what it is, and I am so excited that it is now here. Let me go ahead and take my address off. I have been wanting to upgrade my turntable for quite a while now, and I am just so excited that I was able to get this. To some people, this turntable may be considered still a beginner's turntable, which I think is absolutely absurd considering the original price of the turntable. But luckily, I was able to get it at such a good deal. And no, this is not a sponsored post. This is not a sponsored video. This is not sponsored content. I know a lot of turntable videos and what do you call them, YouTubers out there get their turntables for free and probably have stacks of turntables or probably have to send it back to the company. This video is not sponsored. I spent my hard-earned money for this turntable, and luckily the universe blessed me with a discount. So yes, I ordered this from a Canadian company, and well, it's a really funny story, and that's why I'm so excited about it too, because I've wanted this turntable for a minute, and I didn't know if I really wanted it because it's so manual. It's a manual turntable, completely manual, but it is an elevated turntable from the one that I previously had, well, or currently have, which is a Victrola DJ turntable. It is a belt drive turntable from Victrola, and it works well. I love it. I've had it for years, and I, paid such a cheap amount for it. It has great sound, so don't underestimate some of those DJ turntables that are just knockoffs of Technics, because some of them are really great. Anyways, so I love that turntable, but I've been wanting an upgrade for so long. I was thinking about getting one of the is it Panasonic? No, Pioneer DJ turntables, because I saw those were discounted as well. But I'm just it's pretty much the same thing that I have now, except it's direct drive. And I don't know, with direct drive, I've had a Technics previously. It was a used one. It was a direct drive turntable, and it totally just on me. It was girl, no. So I got that off of eBay for a really good price, direct drive, and it just conked out on me. And I was I don't know how to get this fixed, and if I probably take it someplace, it'll probably cost as much as I spent on the turntable. So I decided that I'm going to get a turntable that is belt drive, completely just beautiful turntable, known to have beautiful sound, isolates the platter from all technical things, motors, or whatever. And sorry, I'm sweating. I am here in Florida, where it's warm as well. It's a heat wave right now. So yeah. So I got this turntable, and I'm excited to open it up. I actually already kind of opened the box, because I was what is this? It was stuck in customs for a minute, and I was so nervous that they were gonna try to have me pay extra for customs, but they did not. Thank you, FedEx. The company that I got it from originally had it on sale for a price I could not obtain, and then it went lower, and I was oh my God, is it gonna go lower? But it didn't go lower, it went higher. And I was who does that? It's the company, just hey, is there any way that I can get this turntable for the previously advertised price? And I don't know if someone there had made a mistake when they originally did that price, because it was the lower price for a week. It's such a good price considering the original price. It was technically 50 or 60% off the original price. And then all of a sudden they raised it to only 20% off the original price. And I was oh no, can't afford that. So I emailed them. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And then they finally got back to me. I sent them actually multiple emails. I sent them 4. Cause I was just hey, can you help me out? And they got back to me and they said, sure, if you go ahead and make the purchase, we'll be happy to refund you and do a price adjustment for the previously advertised price. And I was shut up. And free shipping, shut up. I was what? fuck? So I did it, and they didn't refund me for a minute, for like 2 days. And I emailed them, and then I saw it had shipped, and I was like, oh, y'all better give me my money back. So of course I didn't write that. I was like, hey, I need a price adjustment before this ships, but it's already shipped, so can you help me out? So they're like, oh, sorry about that. Here's your price adjustment. And it all worked out. Thank you, universe. So here we are. Here we are. I'm so excited to open up. Can you see me? You can see me enough. Should I? Let me. Let's see. Is that better? Yeah, that works. So I'm so happy to present. Oh, Jesus. The Pro-ject Audio T1 turntable. I'm so excited to have this. Let's get this big box out of the way. No time for her. And I'm just so excited to have this turntable in my life. Sleek box. I hope everything's intact. It came all the way from another country. So yeah, my current setup, you'll see, is I have my turntable to the right of my credenza, which I love this credenza. It's vintage. Oh, such a good find. I thank the universe so much for all the blessings that have been bestowed upon me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so grateful. Yeah, I have this credenza, and I have it right now stacked with like candles because I love like a whole cathedral moment, but I also love a scented candle moment. I love a gothy moment. So it's all black statues with gold and coordinated candles. My turntable is on the other side, as you'll see. And I'm thinking about switching it around. I want to have this beautiful turntable here on my credenza, TV, and some of my Hager vintage statues surrounding it. Don't judge me that I don't have a full speaker, audiophile speaker set up. I don't have that yet. Baby steps, but not even baby steps, y'all. Y'all gotta factor in, this stuff is expensive. You have audiophiles out there that are like, oh, beginner turntable, $500. I was like, are you effing kidding? How is that a beginner turntable? No. So a beginner turntable historically has been like $40 to like $130. Not everybody's rich, y'all. So I'm happy that I have this turntable. I was able to find a turntable preamp off of like Amazon or something that can work with it for now in the current speaker situation that I do have, which I'm thankful for. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up. In the future, I might get some stereo speakers. Actually, my aunt has some that she's getting rid of. I don't know if they still operate, so I'm not betting on it, but you never know. Anyways, I'm gonna get to unboxing this, redoing this, and I'll be right back. So I have gotten this credenza cleared off on this in the space where I want to put the turntable. Again, apologies for any sweat. The lighting is getting a little darker too because it's evening, but we are here. So let me just go ahead and unbox her. Oh, let's hope this works out. I'm always nervous whenever I have like new technological stuff that like it may not work out. Like, what if the power plug is not suited for American outlets and all that stuff? You know what I mean? Okay, well, first thing that I see is the plug, and it's perfectly fine. So there's that. That's a good sign already. So yeah, I don't know if you can see, but this is how it opens up. There, it appears to be nicely packaged. We've got the really good cords. so we are doing fine. There's the belt, which I'm nervous about putting on. I'm sure you can watch other videos about the whole unboxing of a project, however you want to pronounce it. Don't come at me in the comments. I'm sure you can watch a whole video about how to hook the belt and everything up. There's plenty of those. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it. If you don't see my face in this part of the video, that's okay, because you're seeing most of that. All right, here we go. First, we have the lid. I am excited about this lid for the simple fact that my other turntable had, the lid had totally busted. The dust cover had totally busted, so that is good to see a new one. And then, as you can watch from my IKEA turntable video, for the turntable that's in my bedroom, that one comes with no dust cover, which is crazy to me, and I'm kind of regretting buying it, but it actually sounds good. So anyways, let's just keep going. That is packaging to keep it secure, because this turntable is actually made in Europe. I think it's Czechoslovakia or some other place. I'll write it on the screen, but there's other videos that definitely go into more detail about that. So yeah, okay, we're getting to the nitty gritty. Okay, so it looks like everything is hooked up. One of the benefits of this turntable is that it does come like pretty much preset with the tone arm and everything, and the adjusted tracking force that should be for the turntable, and the cartridge and needle that is installed on it. So that is great. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take it out. Woo! Okay, so this is the platter. No, this is the base of the turntable. She's gonna be a beauty, I am sure. So I'm just gonna set her up there for now already. It exactly happened what did I want to happen. So let me pause this and check that out. Hey y'all, I am back. It has been a journey, and sorry about that little mishap that happened, but I tried walking you through all the steps, but unfortunately I had a little mishap, as you saw. So now we are the following day, or is it the day after? Who knows? The day after, whatever. But anyways, so we are back to this turntable. She was a wild one. So I had multiple issues with the turntable. It's supposed to be like you know, you get it out the box, it's already ready for you. But is it? Because when I took it out the box, it was like, you know, everything was together pretty perfect. As in, like, you know, the items were stacked as you saw in the video when I was unboxing it. But then when I was setting it up, it was a whole different story, for the simple fact that, like, I set it up. The manual is awful. Like, this is what gets me, because, like, a lot of reviews about the Pro-ject turntables, you can tell that the person was sent the turntable versus them paying for it with their own money. And a lot of those reviews, when it's sent to the person, can be totally, like, not fabricated, but, you know, you can be persuaded to give a good review because you want to stay on their, like, PR list. Well, I paid for this turntable, and I doubt the Pro-ject is going to see this video, but the manual that came with the turntable was awful. I'll try to put a clip of it here or something. It was black and white printed, and it's weird because I've seen other videos where people have gotten, like, color photo diagrams of, like, how to set the turntable up. With this turntable, for some reason, it was just a black and white, like, smeary, not very well written instruction manual, and I was not impressed, because the issue, like, pretty much the basics, like, if you know how to set up a turntable, if you're familiar with turntables, this will be easy for you to set up. I'm luckily familiar with how to set up a turntable because I've had a few turntables during my lifetime so far. But if you are a beginner, you will be totally like, what the fuck? So that's the thing. Like, it's like, how are you going to promote this expensive turntable? And when I say expensive, I mean by most people's standards. Because I believe this turntable retails for like $400. And I'm just like, how is that a beginner turntable? That's crazy to me. Anyways, so like, if you're a beginner and you've never touched a turntable before, and you're just like wanting to play like a record or a few records that you have, like, setting up this turntable is a beast. So it's just like, I don't know. The main issue that I encountered was the needle. And when I say that, I mean the needle, like, they promote this as like, it's set up by like experts. Like, it's already weighed out for the cartridge, the stylus. So, you know, after I set it up, I pressed play. And I put on one of my favorite records. I forget which one it was. That's really funny. What was the first record I put on this turntable? I think it was First Choice. That's funny. I believe First Choice was the first album that I put on it. And I heard like a carving sound. I was like, why the hell does it sound like my needle is carving into the vinyl? I've experienced this in the past with like another turntable that was like much cheaper, and I remember that I had to like adjust the counterweight, thankfully, because if I was a newbie to records and turntables, I probably would have thought, oh, I think that's how it's supposed to sound, you know what I mean? Like, you would think it's a characteristic of a record player is carving into those grooves, but no, that is not a characteristic of any turntable to my knowledge. So the counterweight was supposed to be already set up for the needle. And I don't have much experience with this type of needle, the audiophile, however you pronounce it. Don't come at me in the comments, or come at me in the comments, whatever. Just like, I was like, is this how this cartridge is supposed to sound? I don't think so. This does not sound right. And then I put on Enya, and I love Enya. I think it was the Watermark album, because like, I was just like, this seems weird, and it's a used copy, but it's clean, it's in really good condition. And I put it on, and you know, Enya has some really beautiful quiet parts, and I was just like, this does not sound right. So I had to adjust the counterweight. Adjusting the counterweight on this turntable also, if you're a newbie to turntables, is not easy. It's not like on my Victrola DJ Series V Pro, whatever it's called, turntable. It's really easy to adjust the counterweight the same way with like a Technics SL, whatever. It's really easy to adjust the counterweight. You just twist it, you see the number dial, you see where it's twisting. With this one, there is no number dial. And that counterweight almost feels like you're not supposed to move it. It's like really tight on it. It's really tight. And I'm just like, does this need to be oiled? Is this not supposed to be moved? And I was just like, you know, I looked up some like comments on like vinyl forums, like Vinyl Engine and Steve Hoffman's forum, regarding counterweight for like this type of turntable, and it says that it's movable. So I just went ahead and like held the turn arm and like just kept trying to screw it back so that it wasn't too much weight, because clearly if it's carved, it sounds like it's carving into the vinyl grooves and you can audibly hear it from the turntable, then that's not right. So I adjusted the counterweight and then it got back. Well, not back, but it became a pure audio sound. So I am grateful of that. The sound, I will say, is impressive. $400 impressive? No. Because I've had turntables that have sounded better. Like my vintage Technics sounded better. Even my Victrola did not sound better, but what I will say is that certain albums, and I believe it's like the mix and the like, the mix of the vinyl and of the sound, this cartridge maybe makes it sound different, because one of my favorite albums is Piteous Gates by Mesh, M-E-S-H. You can see a video that I did a long time ago about that album, and the sounds did not pop as much as they should or have before. And that one is mixed by Rashad Becker, who is amazing. And it just did not sound as great as I remember. But it still sounded beautiful, but at the same time, I'm just like, where is... You know, people talk about audiophile, like, turntables and, like, the purity, like, having, like, no, like, you know, mechanisms and everything. But it really feels a lot of times like that whole conversation is just a lot of hype. It's like how people talk about like Jordans, or like, you know, it just feels like a lot of overhyping elements that are not that big of a deal. You'll see people like criticizing people for having like cheaper turntables and all this and that. But if that turntable works for you, then that turntable works for you. Because to be honest, now that I've moved up to a $400 turntable, and thankfully to the universe that I did not pay $400 for this turntable. I did not. I'm just like, so this is what you get for $400. And it's just like, yes, you get a beautiful presentation, but the sound could be better. So I was editing this video and I decided, since it has been a few days since I've started using it, I will give somewhat of an update. My previous turntable, the Victrola V Pro series, which is kind of like their DJ turntable, if you say, because it's not a direct drive, but it's a belt drive. So I was like, how is this a DJ turntable? But it's styled that way. It's styled like a Technics. For instance, with that turntable, it has like, it doesn't have like an... It has a shut-off mechanism that if you leave the turntable going for a duration of time, like say probably, I think it's like 20, 30 minutes, you know, once it's reached like the center, like once it's reached the label, somehow it senses that it's just going for no reason and it auto turns itself off. This turntable, I forgot to turn it off one night and it legit was just spinning all night. So that's one thing to look towards, or, you know, be mindful of if you do decide to purchase this turntable, especially with how it's marketed as a beginner turntable. It just seems absurd at that price point that this would be considered a beginner turntable. Another thing to note on that same wavelength is that this turntable has no light on it showing you that it's operating. Most turntables have like a little light, a little LED light or something that shows you that it is on. My IKEA turntable does not have that. but it does have that auto shut off. Like if you keep it running, a lot of turntables these days have that auto shut off, where it's like if you just let it spin, like say you leave the house or something and you forget to turn it off, it'll automatically turn itself off. This style turntable does not. This turntable is like bare minimum, which when it comes to turntables could be a positive, but I'm finding some negatives within the mix, because also, the weight of this turntable is really light, and it is just so mind-boggling to me how people will complain about cheaper turntables being too light, while this one is extremely light. Like, yes, it has some weight to it, but I am shocked at how light it is. When I took the base out of the box, I was like, oh, this is really light. But then, you know, they marketed with the glass, child, I am mixing, sorry, it's the end of the day, I've been working all day, I am mixing up words. They marketed with the platter being solid glass, like solid, you know, solid glass, it giving it the weight. Let me tell you, I took my, carbon fiber brush, or whatever it's called, for, you know, dusting off your record, you know, as you're, you know, before you play it. So I sat it on the turntable and I did the usual routine of putting, you know, the brush on it and letting the record spin and, you know, collect the dust. So I took it off and then I was like, and then I played the record. And then when I was about to flip the record over, it created like a static, that platter, and as I was lifting off the record, I realized that the glass platter was attached to the record. So I grabbed it really quickly from the base and I was like, what the hell? Like, it's that light that, like, if it creates a like static, whatever it's called, it will come off, which is crazy to me. So I'm trying to keep this video short, but I really want to create like a detailed video about this turntable, not setting it up, but what to expect if you do decide to buy one, because there are some out there and I just feel like some of the videos do not go into detail about the negatives and the positives of this turntable, and it should. And I really feel like you can tell from some of the videos that they were sent to turntable. And I'm not, you know, I'm not bashing those reviewers out there who were sent to turntable, but it's like you really should put an honest, full review about the turntable. The same thing happens in like the beauty world with YouTubers, where like they'll get like, you know, they'll get in with the company and be sent things for free, but they don't want to say the negative things because they want to stay on that PR list to keep receiving free things. But it's just like, yeah, this is an honest review. Another thing about the turntable is the sound is good, but I just feel like it should be better for the price point. I know some people out there will be like, well, you need an equalizer, you need a, like, you know, a better preamp, etc. But if this is a beginner turntable, I shouldn't need all that. And I've also, like, yes, it's a plus to have all that. It's a plus. It should be a plus, but not a requirement, for a turntable to sound good. I've had multiple turntables during my lifetime, many turntables during my lifetime, and this is the most expensive one I've ever purchased. But luckily, technically, is it the most expensive one? Yeah, it would probably be still the most expensive one, because keep in mind, I did get it at a great discount, because the store that was selling them was trying to get rid of them and also made a mess up with the pricing. So luckily I was able to get it at the previously advertised price, as previously mentioned. But if someone is purchasing this turntable for $350 to $400, whatever it is, which is the retail price, that's a bit much for this turntable. So yeah, it also has a really slow startup motor. I won't say really slow, but it definitely has a lag when it starts, which is definitely like not kind of cute to me, because it's like my other turntables, their motors start like, you know, like it'll drag a little like and then go right into place. But this one like takes a minute. I'll try to like insert, I don't know, something here. Pro-ject has so many reviews and things out there saying that it's such a great turntable that, like, I don't feel like I'm expecting too much for it to, you know, meet up with the level of cheaper turntables that are out there. So I don't feel like I'm being too neggy-waggy, but these are like just some of the little points to bring out so you are aware of, if you buy this turntable, that these things may happen, because I don't think they should happen, especially at that price point, but you do you, boo. If you would like to hear about some turntables that I think are pretty good, let me know down in the comments. For instance, the Audio-Technica has a really great range of turntables. I feel like one of the plus of this particular turntable is the visual aesthetic of it. Like, it is a beautiful turntable. I feel like the performance of it could be better, especially with all the hype that is advertised. I also feel like the audiophile world is very similar to Hype Beast, where they overhype some things about quality and stuff. It just feels, it's so funny because those two worlds would completely like hate each other, I feel, but they are very similar of like overhyped marketing, and like it's just so crazy to me. So yeah, I just had to come back in here and let you guys know about more views that I have on this turntable. Do I regret my purchase? No, because I got that discount and I still love the turntable for what I paid for it. But do I feel this turntable could be better, especially for the original price point? Absolutely. And if anyone has any comments, you know, let me know, you know, down below in the comments. Like, if you have any advice, any tips, any points, or what is your view of this turntable? Like, do you own one? Do you feel the same? Have you like played your records on it? You tell me. It is just like really weird how it did not come already like set to what it should be. That needle thing of it dragging on my record, that actually is an absolute no-no, especially if you're a newbie buying this and not knowing if that's, you know, it's just, I could go on and on, but I want to make this video short. A lot of my videos are long. I know people like short format. I am not the one. I just got a lot to say, so I hope this helps. Anyways, so I would rate this turntable probably a B to a B minus, only for the simple fact that I expected a lot more from it. It's really beautiful. I love the setup. As you can see, I rearranged pretty much my entire credenza, which I'm really into. I think it's a beautiful turntable. Can you see that? Can you see it? I think it's a really beautiful turntable, presentation-wise. Another thing I don't like about it, if you do get just the base T1, because there's the T1 like SB, there's the T1 SBBT, I don't know. That one's Bluetooth, but if you get like the SB, there is a button, or is it ST? There's a button to press it from 33 RPM to 45 RPM. On this one, you cannot. The only thing that you can do is lift the platter up and position the belt to another like motor, like whatever, in order to make it go faster, which seems like such, like, it's not that big of a task, but it just seems absolutely ridiculous for a $400 turntable to not just come with a button that you can just press automatically. That seems like it would definitely be on the base model for this series of their turntables, but it is not. For that price point, just seems ridiculous. Yeah, so that's pretty much my review of this turntable. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down in the comments, because I would love to fill in anything I may have missed. I love the look of the turntable. The sound is okay. I mean, when I say okay, I don't mean like bad. I mean, the sound is good, but I just expected more from it. So, especially for the price point. And I think this cartridge alone is like a $75 cartridge. And granted, I am scaling this from my Victrola turntable to this on the same sound system. So I know some people in the comments might be like, well, you should upgrade your sound system, or like, but they were both playing on the same sound system, and they like, there's not a huge difference from the sound. So yeah. And one day I may upgrade my sound system, but for now, for my space and, you know, things that I do have, I'm just going to keep it like this. I also, as you saw, changed on the other side. I put out my vintage Pyramid CD tape player, which is a really interesting find that I found and so happy to have. If you want to see a video about that, definitely leave a comment down below because I would love to tell you more about it. It's so quirky. I believe it's by Radio Shack. No, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it's like from the 90s. All right. Well, thank you for watching this video. Leave a comment down below. And if you liked my content, definitely like this video and subscribe because I will be coming out with more videos as I see fit. And the more interest encourages me to make more videos. Sorry if my skin looks radiant. It's not oily, just moisturizer. See you guys in the next video.